Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today I will be showing you how we made a soap inspired by the Adele song Set Fire to the Rain. So if you want to see how I did this really cool hanger swirl technique, stay tuned. Alrighty, let's get this Adele inspired soap started. So just like we always do, we are going to blend our lye water and our sodium lactate into our signature plant-based oil blend. This is our palm-free oil blend that we developed in-house and we use for almost every single batch. We will bring this to a pretty light trace, and then we are going to strain in our colloidal oatmeal slurry, which is just a couple tablespoons of colloidal oatmeal and then some water. That water does help the colloidal oatmeal distribute a little easier, but it also helps offset what the kaolin clay, and that is in our fragrance oil, sucks out of the soap bars. If you don't add some additional water to offset that difference that the kaolin clay absorbs, your soap bars can crack on the top a little bit. It's just a cosmetic thing, but we like to make our soap look as nice as possible. And then we will be using a fragrance blend called Cannon Beach from Shay & Company, which is a local supplier located in Portland, Oregon. And it is a really good kind of beachy coastal fragrance blend that is very clean, and it is very fitting of like the vibe we were going for, which was very rainy, but also a little bit spicy. This is a very nice clean fragrance. And then for this design, and I'll put a picture up in the corner here, we were going for a fiery top and a very like oceany deep blue base. So we'll just separate out our soap batter basically into 4 even parts and then put in some of those nice fiery colors, so a really bright yellow and then an orange mica, and then in that final red pitcher there we'll put in some red mica, and all of those are just suspended in a little bit of oil just to make sure they distribute evenly throughout the soap batter. And then we will hand whisk in that deep dark blue mica. I believe this is Interstellar from Mad Micas, but I'm not 100% on that one. The reason we are going to hand blend in all of these colors is that the design we're doing is fairly in-depth and detailed, and since we don't know how this fragrance oil behaves in soap, I didn't want to have the stick blender kind of accelerate the soap curing process prematurely. After that blue is blended in nicely, we will scrape out that whole entire container because we're not coming back to it. The other reason that we are whisking the colors in individually is because of the same exact reason. We don't want anything to kick the soap batter into curing faster than we want it to. So we'll hand blend everything when we need to use it instead of all at once. After we blend up all of those colors, we are just going to do a really quick and dirty drop or in the pot swirl with all of those fire colors. And then I am going to blend it very, very gently with a clean scraper there. We don't want to use the blue scraper and make our fire layer gray. And then we will very gently use our scraper to break the pore of that fire layer. I did speed this up because it was taking a little bit of time. This fragrance oil did behave very well. It set up a little quickly, but not anything that you couldn't handle. This was one where it seemed like it had accelerated, but once you stirred it a little bit, it kind of like broke it up a little bit and made it easier to pour. And then to achieve that design that I had drawn up in Procreate, I wanted to use a hanger swirl tool, which that is what this is, to get some nice up and down movement between the fire layer and the blue layer, because the theme of this soap is Set Fire to the Rain, which is how we picked these colors and this technique that we hadn't used before. And then with the little bits of soap batter that are left in those 3 pitchers, we will just scrape those out onto the top of that soap because we're gonna mush them all around and make it look really fiery. Kind of like the bonfire soap that we did around summertime last year, or the Black Flame candle, which was in October of 2023. And I'll put a card up in the corner for that Black Flame candle video here. And then we'll take the camera in, get out our spoon, our soap spoon, and do a lot of just kind of swooshes and pushes to get it really fiery and a nice kind of texture, flame texture on the top there. But we don't want to squish stuff too much and have all of the colors kind of blend together. That's not what we're going for. On the camera, it looks like that happened, but in reality, that is not what the final soap bar looks like. And then the final step for the top is to use our mica atomizer tool here with a little bit of, I believe this is just snowflake mica, which is a nice kind of shimmery white mica, and we'll just spritz that over the top to give it a really nice kind of shiny sheen. Even when the soap is cured, you can still see that nice kind of wet, almost wet look, which is what this looks like here. And then we will unmold. The one thing, and you'll notice it on screen here, is this fragrance oil was pretty sticky, which was interesting because normally when soaps set up quicker, they're not quite so sticky, so I'm not sure what was happening there, but I did have a little bit of troubles getting it to release from the mold, so maybe I underblended it or something like that. I could have probably just let it sit for a little bit longer, but I was a little impatient to see what the final soap design looked like. This did sit for about 18 hours, maybe 20 hours, so not any shorter than our normal soap. It didn't stick to the mold though, it just was hard to release, if that makes sense. And now it is time to break down that slab into loaves. So we will just slide that through. And this is kind of the preview of what the soap bar is gonna look like. I was genuinely concerned about the color combo here because blue and orange are contrasting colors on the color wheel, and so if you mix them up too much, they turn gray very, very quickly. If you've ever done any sort of painting before, you will notice, or you will know that when those two colors mix, they sometimes they make a not nice color. Thankfully, that did not happen here. And now the real moment of truth, we will use Dorothy, our multi-bar cutter here, and see that final result, and that is exactly what I was going for. So a nice fiery top design, and then a very deep blue, kind of deep river water, deep ocean blue color. It was perfect. It went exactly how we had planned. And this fragrance oil it's really great. We'll definitely have to remember this and use it for a future soap. We also like that it is from a local company, or local to us. It's just up the road in Oregon, so a pretty close drive to us, so we can go and pick it up in person. But that is it. That is our Adele-inspired Set Fire to the Rain soap, which is part of our Dazzling Divas collection Volume 1, which will be for sale starting April 1st online and also in person. Definitely pick this one up if you're a fan of a nice, clean, oceany, scented soap bar with a super fun design like this. I think this is going to sell out pretty quickly, so snatch them up while you can. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. We have a couple of our Big Ol' Flamers, which are our candle subscription, and then we have a ton of our Foamy Homies and Suddy Buddies. They get soaps of the month or candles of the month from us. We appreciate each and every one of them. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below what is your favorite musical diva or divas. Thanks. Bye.